Welcome back. Once again, it's time for the golden age of DC Comics 365 days, where I take this well-loved hardcover coffee table book given to me about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. This has been surfing my coffee table ever since, and it's been a constant source of comic book shop style conversations, the kinds we used to have on any given Wednesday. I look to recreate that here today with you, so thank you so much for tuning in. The golden age of DC Comics lasts between 1938 and 1955, the Silver Age between 1956 and 1970, the Bronze Age, I'm a Bronze Age baby, between 1970 and 1985, and the Copper Age begins in 1985. I use the Overstreet Price Guide, the current edition, the glossary as a standard to define my ages. So let's begin the conversation there on that if you would like. Leave a comment in the comment section. We'll get on that some more. I use this 365 days book for its intended purpose. We open up to today's date. We look at some art from an Antediluvian age. We read the blurb and then we talk about comic books. And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. This is a 2004 Abrams Press publication, written and curated by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and Geoff Spear. There is a link in the description to the Amazon page if you would like your own copy. It would look great on your coffee table, and it makes a great gift for a geek. I know. I like to start off the show with something I call the escapism caveat. Activism is important. Activists should be respected, yet activists can and have acted like bullies lately, especially when they're trying to use our fandom spaces as their platform to disseminate their message. Our fandoms are there for a reason. It's our escapism, which is just as important as activism. We need to have the ability to leave behind the world's problems just for a few moments in a day. Where else are we going to get these escapist moments? In our fictions, in our role-playing games, in our video games, in our songs, in our TV shows, and at church as well. And all of these spaces have been harried by we'll call it an intellectual and cultural conquistador, someone who wants to invade these pre-populated spaces that had their own mores, their own culture, their own group identity, their own history, their own holidays, and these conquistadors come in to make changes to suit them. And then if the pre-existing population doesn't get along with that, they are othered and called savages. I see this through the lens of history. I'm a huge history buff. So that's how I'm choosing to view this currently. So escapism is just as important as activism. Can we respect activists? Yes. But do they respect us? No. I don't think so. So we need to stand up to bullies and not give another bloody inch. All right, let's get to the fun stuff. Today's date is August the 9th, and I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. There's a choice and a difference there. Aha! One of my favorites. This is story by Bill Finger, art by E. Hibbard, under a house alias of Mart Dellin, from All American Comics number 23, February of 1941. Once again, it is our friend Alan Scott, the original Golden Age Green Lantern. Streaking through the air, walking through walls, immune to all metals. These and other supernatural gifts are Alan Scott's, to use by way of willpower when he wears the potent ring made from part of a mysterious green lamp. A ring that must touch this lamp once every 24 hours to retain its power. By use of this ring, he becomes known to evildoers as the dreaded Green Lantern. And look, we can even see, look at the spine. It's been replaced and put into a spiral. And then you can see the ad page on the opposite page. Something such as the back of this. This is the ancient internet. This is old eBay. We're talking catalogs in mail order, and you would get like comic book catalogs through comic book ads. And yeah, let's read the blurb. Let's get to it. When he wasn't working as the Golden Age Green Lantern, Alan Scott was employed as an engineer in the ultra-modern medium of radio. And when this master of sound waves donned his garish costume, he controlled mysterious green rays that could perform any task he could imagine. The only thing that could resist his powers was wood, which just may have been symbolized for the power of nature in opposition to the scientific and the supernatural. On the other hand, it was probably just the pointless improvisation of an overworked writer. I would prefer the former there, that it was about nature versus science or supernatural. And yeah, that's the Green Lantern, the original Green Lantern. Awesome. Alan Scott. Let's talk about Alan Scott for a second. Alan Scott is a fictional superhero appearing in American comic books, and the first character to bear the name of Green Lantern. I'm reading this from the wiki. He fights evil with the aid of a magical ring, which grants him a variety of powers. He was created by Martin Nodell and Bill Finger, first appearing in the comic book All-American Comics number 16, published in 1940. Scott was created after Nodell became inspired by the characters from Greek, Norse, and Middle Eastern myths and tales, including Aladdin from 1001 Nights, and sought to create a popular entertainment character who fought evil with the aid of a magic ring that grants him a variety of supernatural powers. So the Green Lantern itself was literally a lamp. It was a lantern that Alan Scott found, and he created a ring from a portion of this lantern, and so he needs to repower. Oh, Sully, what are you get that look in your eye? He needs to repower his Green Lantern ring every 24 hours, and which is a great conceit. He's got a weakness to wood, which is ample and everywhere, so he's got to watch himself. He's got to recharge the battery. He recharges his ring every 24 hours, or else he'll run out of power. So he's got constraints. He doesn't have unbridled power. He's got magnificent power, yet with limitations. And I find that to be really interesting. His best friend was Doiby Dickles, which is the derby hat that he wore, but Mr. Charles Dickles had such a thick old Gotham accent that he called his derby a doiby. You know, like like the old black and white movies New York accent. I'm from Boston, so we have our own accent here. It's wicked close to what you hear, you know, in the old Gotham accent there. I bet you could compose a Gotham accent with my Boston accent and a New York accent, but why would you want any Yankees fans? Because Red Sox rule. And the Green Lantern was given a new lease on life in the Silver Age, where the Green Lantern became a core, a C-O-R-S, C-O-R-P-S, that kind of corps, like the Marine Corps, a group of individuals all banded together, a group of space cops, and they had the same weakness that they had to recharge their rings every 24 hours. And their weakness was to the color yellow, which eventually represented fear. And but they're both based on using a person's willpower. Green Lantern has been one of my favorite. It's ever since the Super Friends, because it was kind of rare to see Green Lantern. He was there enough. Flash was there. It was basically Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and Aquaman show. And but Green Lantern had the best looking outfit, and he had the coolest powers. Because he was a normal person. And I'm a big Green Lantern fan. Have been all my life. I love Alan Scott. Alan Scott's a really interesting character. He's been in constant use since for 82 years. There might have been places that he wasn't used as much, but Golden Age Green Lantern was in all of those crisis stories of the 60s and 70s when Earth 2, the Justice Society of America, teamed up with the Earth 1 Justice League of America, JLA. The Golden Age is Earth 2. So if you ever hear any Earth 2 superheroes, it's all here. It all started here in the Golden Age. And we've been talking about comic books, and we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. I would. We make daily content here, and we talk about spirituality, gratitude, cooking. I am also known as the Sultan of Soup. I point out planets in the pre-dawn sky if it's clear and they're evident. I will point Jupiter out to you. I will point Venus out to you. Mars, Saturn, Mercury, if we can catch Mercury. There are 5 planets you can see with the naked eye, and I call it naked eye sky. And I also see bunnies eating breakfast. Little nature shorts. I think it's the cutest thing. A little bit of serenity before the hectic workday begins. So yeah, come aboard. Thank you so very much. God bless. Good luck. Namaste. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Cheers. Bye-bye.